Well, I'm live. Wait, how do I? Oh. Dang. Okay. Sorry, guys. We had some technical difficulties.
Can you turn this way 1 second?
Mom, hold on. Okay.
What? What the fuck? Did you see my hip?
Yeah, what is that from?
I'm not sure.
Mom.
It's out.
They're gonna think like,
But you're being.
no. Hey, guys.
Now he's loud.
Oh, yeah.
Look at our fun little thing. It's like a party.
My clothes is in.
Very exciting.
I'm gonna leave it open a little
Go
bit.
check it out. Ginger's on live.
Ginger's on live.
Ginger.
It's crooked.
You're crooked.
We have 26 viewers so far.
Hey.
Okay. That was better.
So good. See what we can do? Look.
Oh my gosh, no, it's not. They said, hey.
I'm so sorry. This is dinner right now.
They said, hey. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Ginger Elizabeth back again with another YouTube video. It's live, so you guys would have to like fast forward the beginning part. Sorry. This is my labor and delivery story time. Oh, crazy.
I'm really crazy.
I don't like this side.
Why do the pretzels seem super salty?
How's it on that side?
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't like this side, because then I can't hear you.
That's true.
You don't want ranch dressing?
This is ranch dip.
Oh, I feel better. This is my side.
Look. It's ranch dip.
I mean like ranch for your wings.
No. Fun.
Alright guys.
Not bad, right?
Oh, I don't like that.
No?
Absolutely not. When you leave, throw that in the trash.
So rude.
My mom has wine. I have lemonade. So I don't even know where to start. Where should I start?
At the beginning.
Well, there was a kid and a woman. They laid down.
Once upon a time, Ginger lost her mind.
So, I'm just going to start with, I don't even know how to start this, so I'm just going to start. I had Cash at 41 weeks and 6 days. Basically, I had him on Wednesday and Thursday, I was 42 weeks. So I had him basically at 42 weeks. I was 2 weeks overdue. And I thought I was going to be early. My mom has been here since May 1st. It's now June 4th. And I had him on May 25th. That's crazy. And I really thought, so like, okay. So like May 1st-ish, that was a Sunday. I won't forget it. It was a Sunday. And I basically was telling my, or I think it was a Saturday. It was either Saturday or Sunday. I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday. And I told my mom like, I'm having contractions. I'm having the baby. I'm gonna have the baby.
So, sorry. On a Saturday night, she said, I'm having bad contractions. I'm having a baby. So,
I was like, they don't feel right. Something's going on.
So, I went on, booked my flight. This is how I did it. Boom, send. I booked my flight, text my boss, on my way to Georgia. 3 weeks later.
So, my mom gets here, and we're doing everything. Like, we're doing everything. We're doing the bouncing ball. We're doing the treadmill. I was like, I'm gonna have him on May 2nd. That way it can be 5. His birthday could be like 5/2/2022. Because if you know me, then you know that like the number 5 I have it tagged on me for like 4 years now. The number
Yeah.
5 is like my angel spirit number, and it's just very symbolic to me. And throughout my whole pregnancy, I always saw the number 2. Like I always saw 222, 555, 111. People on my live would be like, Ginger, 101 people or 111 people in here.
Right.
111, 111. Oh my God, Ginger, 555. Oh my God, Ginger, look at the time. It's 5:55. Oh my
When
gosh,
you know,
Ginger,
you
it's
know.
2:22. Like my supporters would always tell me when I was on live that basically, like, you know, it's angel numbers. So I was like, I'm gonna have him on 5/2/2022 because then it would make sense on why I constantly was singing 222 throughout my whole
And
pregnancy.
it's such a cute birthday.
And then it's such a cute birthday. Like my birthday is 6/26, so I wanted his birthday to be like 5/2/2022 or like 5/5/2022. And I still got that because his birthday is 5/25, and it's just like mine 6/26.
Birthdays
Like,
are cute. Like my birthday is October 42nd.
So then, come here, buds. So then, the whole time I just kept having like, well, now I know that I was calling them contractions at the time, but now I know they were Braxton Hicks. They weren't contractions. They were Braxton Hicks. I was having Braxton Hicks nonstop. I was going on live like, guys, I think I'm gonna have him. And then I changed. My due date was May 12th. So I was supposed to have my due date off rip was May 12th. People kept saying like, oh, do you think they got your due date wrong? Maybe they got your due date wrong. And I'm like, there is no possible way that they got my due date wrong because I am very strict on my, I know it sounds like crazy, but I'm very strict on my period tracker. And then I knew the day I got pregnant because I looked and it was a conception day, like the ovulation conception day. I knew exactly what day I got pregnant on. I knew exactly when my last period was. I knew all these things because I log it. I'm like, I like to keep track of it. I like to keep track of my body, especially if you're a woman. I highly suggest get a period tracker. It will just make your life so much easier when you talk birth control or just everything.
Period.
Just everything. Get a period tracker. For me personally, it works. I love it. I can't wait to start using it again. I even logged that I had the baby in my period tracker. I did. So I use Flow, FLO. This is not sponsored, but I like that app. So
Like cousin
I
flow?
like that app.
Like anti-flow?
Yeah, it's like Flow. So yeah, so my due date was May 12th. That was 40 weeks is May 12th. So I was like, F that, I'm gonna have him on May 5th. I'm gonna have him on May 5th to the point where people really were like, oh, her due date's May 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Her due date's May 5th because I'm manifesting. So I'm like, yeah, my due date is May 5th. My due date is May 5th. Due date was not May 5th. Due date did not turn out right. So then the 5th comes and I'm like, okay, he's gonna come. I'm on the treadmill. Walking for an hour. Yeah, I'm on the treadmill. Like I'm having contractions on the treadmill.
And
Now I know they were just Braxton Hicks.
P.S. Check out the prank video she pulled on me, bitch.
Yeah.
Acted like her water broke.
I
It broke
know.
my heart.
And my water didn't break until I got. We'll tell y'all that. So, so fast forward. My mom is here. I'm still having contractions. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having contractions back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, what is going on? Her boss loves me. I love her. Shout out to Christine. Love her. And she's telling her, we're telling her. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's not coming. Like, it was just so crazy. If you guys have to follow my Instagram, my lives. It's I'm Ginger with a J. I'm live banned right now though. So go follow It's Ginger's World. I get live banned off. So yeah, so what happened? Oh yeah, so okay, so fast forward those whole from May 1st until pretty much May, where's your phone? What was the date on Sunday, like the Sunday before, like when I started? Let me see. I can go faster, I'm sorry. May 22nd. Okay, so from May 1st until May 22nd. Okay, so I had a appointment on May 5th on my fake due date. On May 5th, I had an appointment. I went into my birth center, and because if you don't know, no. So
no, now you know.
So basically, I went to my birth center. This is kind of like everywhere because I'm just like talking. That's why I wanted to do it live because like I just wanted to kind of like talk. On May 5th, I went into my birth center. I was supposed to have a natural water birth. I went into my birth center on May 5th, and they told me that if I didn't have him by May 12th, which was like the following week, which was my 40-week appointment, that they would wait up to 2 weeks, up to 42 weeks. You could have the baby in a natural way, like in the natural birth center and stuff. So I asked them, I didn't even know that you could get your like membrane sweeps, and basically if you don't know, that means like they take their fingers, if you're a little bit dilated, you have to be dilated for them to even do this, and I didn't know that, but you have to be a little bit dilated, and they would just take their fingers and they do something, they go like around the baby's head or something.
I looked up on YouTube because for a moment we considered having me do it. You put your fingers like in, and just like imagine an orange. And the orange skin, you go in like you're separating the orange from the orange skin. So I thought I was capable of doing that.
So you basically like detach the head from, I don't know. Anyway,
we're close.
Anyway, they couldn't do that on May 5th because I wasn't dilated. So then fast forward, I'm still having Braxton Hicks. I thought they were contractions. Still having Braxton Hicks. May 12th comes. May 12th is my due date. Now on May 12th, I go back into the birth center again, and I'm like, can you check if I'm dilated, or like, can we induce me now naturally? And they were like, no, sorry, we have to wait until you're 41 weeks and 5 days to do anything. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So fast forward, now it's another week goes by. Because Thursday was the 12th, so now Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think like that whole week goes by. I didn't have an appointment that week. They just let me go. So
meanwhile, she's at the gym. She's doing everything. We were at a pro rights.
Yeah, it's on my channel. I was at like the pro women's rights.
Women's rights, pro-choice. We were at a rally in the hot sun, like everything you could imagine. Walking. There she is, her belly's out to here at a women's rights rally. Everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah. And so now fast forward, we're at the market, and everyone kept telling me like, take castor oil, take castor oil. I was so stern. I'm not taking castor oil. Fuck that. I'm not taking castor oil. That's not happening. I'm not doing that. And I took castor oil. And
a
so
teeny tiny little bit.
Yeah,
smoothie.
just a teaspoon, a tablespoon.
Smoothie.
Oh, stop! Listen, we're not there yet. So how my birth center wanted to induce me, it was called what was it called? A balloon.
Yeah.
They basically would put the balloon in there.
That's
and
a fancy name. I don't know.
Yeah, it would basically. It's like a balloon. I don't know if it's like what type of balloon. You know, they just say little words, but it's basically a balloon. They put it in you, inside of you, down there, and it forces you to dilate, basically. But before they do that, they give you a castor oil smoothie. So in my head, when they told me that that's what they do, that they give you a castor oil smoothie first, and if that doesn't work, then they give you the balloon. I was like, you know what? I'm about to just make my own fucking castor smoothie.
I was going to go down to the party store down the street and get some balloons.
Mom, shut up.
I was really serious though. I was ready to go.
It's not a real balloon, Susie.
How much different can it be?
So,
Come on.
so
I got good grades in health class.
So now it's May. Oh, look at his little face.
I know. My birthday.
I know. So now it's We went to the store on the 20th, Friday the 20th. So now Friday the 20th is happening, and we go to the market. Or no, actually it was Saturday because the food teams hit on Saturday on the 21st.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
So we went to the market on the 21st, and dang, we had all that food. And look, I think a week later, wait, dang, that's crazy. So, and then Saturday hit with food stamps or whatever, y'all know, bitch love her fucking food stamps. So the food stamps hit.
Peanut butter jelly on Friday?
Lobster
taco on
Oh,
Saturday.
did we have shrimp taco? I think we did have shrimp
No,
tacos.
I don't know.
No, because I ended up buying shrimps.
No, you made something. You made shrimp tacos someday.
Yeah, but not then because I didn't end up buying shrimps. Because I was like, should I buy them and freeze them? You were like, no, wait and get them fresh.
Yeah, because you never like them when they're frozen.
Yeah, I don't like frozen seafood. So I like fresh seafood. So what happened? Oh, so then I get the stuff. So then my girlfriend had told me, okay, you do one. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what to do because I don't suggest it. Don't do it.
We don't advocate.
I don't do it. I feel like this
No,
is
no,
where
no.
I feel like at this moment I knew I fucked up. Like at this moment she knew she fucked
It was
up.
too late.
Like, I really do think that I should not have done that. I really think that I put myself into early, because they told me that they didn't want, okay, rewind. They told me that they didn't want to give me, like, the castor oil smoothie and do the balloon and stuff until it was 41 weeks and 5 days, because they didn't want to put me in early labor and then have me stay in early labor and then me not progress, which I think I did that to myself. Like, I think I accidentally put myself in, not accidentally, I knew what I was doing when I was drinking the castor oil, but I think I drank the
It
castor
didn't go as
oil.
planned.
Yeah, I think I drank the castor oil thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have him, I don't care. Like, I need to get him out of my body, I didn't care. So, I drank the castor oil Saturday, May 21st at like 8 p.m. because I'm like, okay, then I put myself into labor and I would have him
The theory was you could sleep overnight, be well rested.
No, sleep overnight, and I was, in my head, I was like, then I can have him on May 5/22/2022, and his birthday could be 5/22/2022. And I just kept trying to make his birthday cute. That's where that's just, but if you know me, then you know that's how I am. So, so I drank the castor oil concoction that I made. It wasn't the midwife brew, but don't fucking do it. I'm telling y'all, don't do it. Do not do it. So many women were like, it worked for me. It worked for me. And then on top of that, I feel like I'm just lucky that he didn't poop in the womb and then all that stuff because of the track that it was going. At that point, like, it was so bad. So I drank the castor oil concoction bullshit that I made. I was on live. I was trying to drink it. I was throwing up. I would try to drink it again. I was gagging. I would try to drink it again. I was throwing up in my mouth.
It was the most disgusting looking
So
thing.
you had to get like a tea. I'm not gonna
No.
tell you guys, but it was a tea, and I'm not even gonna tell you guys what it is because I don't want anybody doing it. You had to get like a tea and a jam and then the castor oil and it was only 1 tablespoon and thank God. Maybe I should have did more. Maybe it would have worked better.
No.
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Next child, you're gonna know.
What? Would never. So the concoction, it was like hot tea. And with the tea, it was like the oil, because you guys have to remember castor oil is an oil. So oil separates from water. So the oil was like this big, thick layer on the top, and you had to drink it. And I was drinking it, and I already have texture issues. So I'm sitting here with texture issues, and I'm a picky eater, and I don't like, oh my gosh, it was so, I had like 200, almost 300 people on the live, on my Instagram live, watching me do this
Horrible.
stuff, and it was like I was torturing myself. They were like, Ginger, stop doing that. Like, stop doing it. It's not worth it. Stop it. Like,
I took it from her and put some frozen berries and
Yeah,
frozen
so
fruits in it
then-
and make a smoothie.
So I'm like, okay, maybe it's because it's hot and it's like a tea form. I don't know. So then I was like, Mom, can you make it into a smoothie? She was like, no, stop, I don't want you to do it anymore.
I don't think I really sounded that way.
No, yeah, you were begging me. your face was bright. You looked like you were gonna cry because you didn't want me to do it.
She thinks I'm always gonna cry though.
So then, Mom takes it. She puts like frozen berries and stuff in it, and she makes it into a cold smoothie. And that was way more bearable. So then I'm drinking the smoothie. I didn't wait. It was
As soon as the temperature got a little bit warmer, like more of a room temperature, it started to separate again.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It was so gross.
So then, oh my gosh, it was hot. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I tortured myself like that. So then, I drink the smoothie. Fast forward, Sunday morning at 5 a.m. Mind you, I did the smoothie at like 11 p.m. Saturday. 5 a.m. Contraction.
Here we go.
Oh my, I'm like, Mom, it's happening. It's happening. Oh my gosh. I'm like getting like, it was horrible. I'm probably gonna cry just thinking about how bad, I'm about to cry. It hurt so fucking bad. I'm about to cry.
And that was just the beginning.
It hurt so
and that
bad.
was nothing.
Oh my God, I'm about to cry. It hurt so bad. I wish I did not do that. That shit hurt so bad. That shit hurt so bad. It was like contraction, and then, was it that night we went to the birth center?
Mm-hmm.
So then that night, he's gonna wake up soon. So then that night we went to the birth center, and I wasn't dilated. I wasn't in phase.
It was late at night.
I wasn't anything, and it was like did he cry? Mm-hmm. My contractions were so bad. They were back to back, and so intense. So. And it wasn't even like, it was like in my stomach. It wasn't like it was right here. It hurt right there, but I felt like I could take it. Like if it was just cramp vibes, like how people were like, okay, contractions are just really times a million bad cramps. If that's really all it was, I feel like I really could have did that shit. I could have knocked that shit out. I really could have had that water birth. But my labor was in my back, like all my back, like my back labor, for the simple fact that my back labor was so bad and the way my hips were, I don't think I could have another child because that pain is indescribable. That pain is
like fire.
It was crazy. It was crazy, and I feel like I kind of like did it to myself because I put myself in early labor and then I just stayed there. And then, so now Monday comes, okay? So now it's Monday. I'm still having contractions. I go back to the birth center.
Sunday night we went to the birth center. It was late. We were pretty sure.
They didn't give me a
happen.
shot or
nothing.
anything.
Sent her home again. Discouraging. Okay. Then Monday comes. Back at the birth center. Pouring down rain, right? Was that the pouring down rain one?
I think it was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
No.
We were there like 3 or 4 times.
Monday, I don't even know which day it was raining.
And now mind you, it's not around the corner.
No, it's in the city and I live in the suburbs. So like, I live in Buckhead and the birth center is in Midtown. So if you guys are from Atlanta or know Atlanta or anything, Buckhead to downtown, Midtown are two
it's like 25-30 minutes.
And that's not even including Atlanta traffic. Mm-mm. Like, oh my gosh. And sometimes we were going to the birth center during mid Atlanta traffic, mid rush hour.
Whew. The one morning it was pouring rain at like 8-ish in the morning.
That was too.
Like everybody's going to work.
That was Monday.
And all I kept thinking in my head was like I've been watching videos of people giving labor or in labor and delivering in weird places. Like I'm thinking like, okay, if I have to, I gotta pull over and deliver this baby. That's how bad it was. It was awful.
Oh my gosh. So then I go to the birth center Monday. No, so Sunday they gave me a shot and Monday they gave me a shot.
Was it Sunday night they gave you a shot?
Yeah, because Tuesday I went to the hospital.
Right.
Because I had him on Wednesday.
Right.
So Sunday night, they gave me a shot, right? They gave me a shot in this arm. The shot made me so, like, fucked up. Like, I was fucked up. Was that when he was feeding me potatoes? And mind you, the whole time,
Yes.
as I'm laboring,
Yes.
I'm not eating and I'm not sleeping. It was horrible.
3 days of no eating or sleeping.
And my mom just knuckling my back.
I'm trying to, some of you guys on here may have seen her sitting on this couch right here, me feeding her baked potato. And she's yelling at me because she doesn't like the pieces and she would rather have gushers or something, fruit roll-ups. To the point where these poor people were going like, how can we DoorDash her fruit roll-ups?
Oh,
It was so funny.
Oh.
What?
Smelled like something was burning. Like I just got a whiff of incense or something.
Is it my wine?
No, it smelled like incense. It was like incense just like ran past my nose.
Yeah, that's a spirit.
Oh fuck no. Oh fuck no.
No, I get cigar smoke all the time at home from Poppy. I'll just be sitting in the chair watching TV and I get a cigar smoke in my face and then it's gone. I mean, I can smell it and then it's gone. Grandma's flowers always. Anyway.
We're gonna act like that didn't happen. My nipple is licking. My son's gonna wake up soon. He's gonna be hungry soon. So that was weird. So anyway, that just fucked me up.
So
That just fucked me up.
then she had to go back to the birth center.
And they gave me a shot.
Like it's hard to keep track
Yeah,
of it.
they gave me a shot. The shot made me like fucked up. I was mad loopy. I was fucked up. And then Monday night I couldn't take it anymore. They gave me another shot in this arm. This arm still hurts. Dior, what is wrong with you? All them damn allergies. Don't do that, son. So they gave me another shot. My arm still hurts. They just they just put the shot in me. I don't even know what it was. So that made me loopy. That put me to sleep a little bit. But then I woke up, and when I tell you guys, I was laboring from Sunday until we can technically say till Wednesday. And Sunday until Wednesday, bro, it was 3 real days of laboring. But like, I can't even begin to explain to you guys. It was the worst 3 days of my whole entire life. I'd rather get my I had my appendix bursted inside of me when I was in 12th grade, and I was rushed to the ER, and we had like an hour left before I died, and they had to do emergency surgery on me. And I'd rather do that 20 times back to back, non-stop, than go through fucking labor again. Delivery was cool. Laboring was hard.
Okay, so the last time we came back from the birth center, before she went to the actual hospital, like just trying to help this girl out of the car, walking into her door,
I live on the 3rd floor.
just awful. So then Tuesday in the day, if I'm going too far, let me know. She woke up, she says to me, I can't anymore, I can't. I've got to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I was like, I'm tapped out.
I
can't do it anymore.
I cannot walk
Not
down
even
steps.
go to the hospital, because I was like,
Oh,
I was like, call the ambulance, because I can't do this. I said, I can't fucking do this. When I tell you guys, it took me like 40 minutes to almost an hour just to get out of my bed. Oh my gosh, and mind you, the whole time throughout those days of laboring, I was sleeping in the bathtub in hot water. The only way to get through some of my contractions was for me to just, because I was like, I can't. People were like, oh, don't get in the bath, it slows down labor. That was the absolute only way I was surviving.
And not eating, mind you, and no food. So she has no energy and this pain. If anybody out there has had back labor or even back pain, you know, fire. It's like a fireball in your back, constant. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was so bad, like I can't even begin to explain to you. And I promise that it was really because I hate, yes, like, and I really hate to say that because like it's like, damn bitch, like you should have listened to yourself, because I genuinely, like, it was hard to admit at first, but now that I said it and I keep saying it, like, I don't give a fuck. I should have never took that fucking castor oil. I should have listened to myself the first time. I should have never in my life. Make sure you guys are liking the video and leave comments, please, because then it'll get me like onto like all the pages and home screens and stuff. So make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up button and subscribe.
So now it's delivery time.
And but listen, let me really let them know. Okay. I was genuinely in these bathtubs for like 8 hours. Draining
and would not eat.
Draining the tub, refilling the tub, getting out the tub, going back into the tub, getting out the tub, going back into the tub, laying in the tub. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. So then okay, so now it's Tuesday, mind you, after a whole night of, again, not eating, not sleeping, contracting like and then we had a contraction timer. They would go from like
the contraction timer was trash for you. It was great. But for you,
yeah, it didn't make sense.
It was like every minute.
And then every 9 minutes.
Lasting 3 minutes long, and then every 14.
And then every 2 minutes. And then every 9 minutes. And then every 10 minutes.
The amount of pain she was in? No.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't want to say this to like scare people, because don't be scared. I genuinely think, well, wholeheartedly, 100%, it was the castor oil. I swear to God. I feel like if I didn't take that castor oil and I really just let them do the fully bulb, that's what it's called, the fully bulb, the balloon thing I was referring to, guys, is called a fully bulb. I genuinely, wholeheartedly feel like if I would have waited and just did the fully bulb, I would have had him, well, I would have had him regardless on Wednesday. His birthday would have, like, how it would have fallen regardless, it would have been Wednesday. But I feel like, had I done that, I would have had shorter labor. I feel like it would have been fast. It would have been easier. I would have had it in the water. I would have had him in the water. Everything. I feel like it just would have gone. Like, I just was trying to do too much. But that's who I am. I do too much.
That's crazy.
So now fast forward, it's Tuesday morning, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I think at one point, I was like, Mom, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna go to the hospital. Like, I'm just gonna go to the hospital. I'm tapped out. I was like, I swear to God, I remember
You're sitting right here.
I was about to say, I came out the bedroom, I sat down, I said, I'm tapped out. Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Look at Dior just staring at me. Give me your hands, I mean, give mommy kisses.
He's waiting. I'm feeding him pretzels.
Oh.
Only 1 or 10. He doesn't like dip, by the way.
No, he doesn't like that dip because it's nasty. No. So I was like, I'm tapped out. Call the fucking ambulance. Mind you, like we said, we were going up and down the 3rd floor. The 3 stories worth of steps. It was so horrible.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm like, I gotta get her there.
Because you have to make sure. I want you to be telling your side too.
In my head, I'm like, shit, I gotta get her there. She's none of this stopping every step. We gotta go. So I'm trying to gently.
It took an hour and like 15 minutes to get me down.
I'm trying to like talk to her in like a calm voice, like, okay, come on.
And mind you, every time I'm going down steps, I have to sit down.
She's sitting every step. And then she would say, Mom, I can't. Just let me. So I would wait a minute, and I'm like, okay, come on. But the faster you get the faster you get there.
And then it was at one point, I was like, Mom, go outside and go find a man to pick me up and put me downstairs. I was like, go outside and find a man. Like, I was like, there's men all in these complexes. Yeah. Find a man, one that looks like can pick my ass up. Tell him to come pick me up. And tell him that I'm in labor and I can't come down the steps. I need help. I need emergency help. Like, I have never felt that hopeless and helpless and physically, like, I physically could not do anything. I have never felt like that. Oh my gosh, like, it's traumatizing.
So eventually, finally, I got her into the car. Once she was in the car, that's it. I'm now in control. She had a pillow in there and a blanket. She was just laying in the back of the car.
I think I was going live. I kept going live because everybody was, Because my supporters, they was going along that journey, right? I'm about to cry. They're going along the, oh, I'm about to cry. That shit hurts so
100%.
bad.
You guys were there for her, encouraging her, giving her support in every possible way, and
because I really don't think if they weren't like constantly,
that can never ever be explained.
If they weren't constantly like telling me to go, like you got this, it's gonna be okay, like
encouraging, yeah.
Yeah, I really don't. That shit hurts so bad.
Yeah. So we got to the emergency room, and I dropped her off the emergency room. They told me to park in some kind of weird place. It's
and
okay,
mind you, it's pouring down rain.
Pouring down rain.
Like
horrible.
Pouring down rain.
The car was this close to being towed. I was walking to it to get her bag, and one main security guy said, "Who told you to park here?" He said, "All right, fine. I won't tow it, but don't leave it here long." So once she got in a room, then I came back and had to move the car. But I almost got towed that morning.
So then I'm in the room.
Perfect.
So then I'm in the room. They told me what hospital to go to because the same midwives that were going to deliver cash at the birth center, like for the natural birth, they're at a certain hospital. So that's the hospital I went to. So I go to the hospital. Everything's cool. I get put in the room.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you have a celery?
I mean, you already gave it to me. He don't really like celery, I don't think. Anytime I'm giving him like a piece of celery or something, he spits it out. You like it, son? Yeah, he don't like it. You like it? Oh, wow. Good job. You know celery is really good for dogs.
It is.
I
Maybe he
think-
wants dip.
I think he likes to hear the crunch.
I think so too.
Oh, I wish you guys could see Dior. He's so cute right now. Oh, wait, break it and help him. Well, actually, he likes to do it. Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, so then, sorry guys, I love my puppy. So, oh my gosh, I just keep getting triggered. I keep crying because I keep getting triggered.
So now they put her into this labor and delivery room to monitor her.
And mind you, the guys, oh my gosh, let me tell you guys, right, I get in the wheelchair out my mom's car to go up to the thing. The guy who wheels me, he goes, "Hey kiddo, it's gonna be okay," and slaps my arm. You weren't there, slaps my arm right where the shot was. Mind you, my arm still hurts from the shot.
Maybe that's why, because he hit you with that arm.
You think so?
Maybe.
And he was like
It's a fresh. Yeah, he was a big guy.
Yeah, and I was like, "Ew, what the fuck? I was spasming. I was like, I just got a fucking shot." He was like, "What? A shot?" And I was like, "My fucking arm!" And I just started crying because it hurt so bad. And he was like, "I'm sorry." Like you could tell, he didn't mean to, but I was so pissed. Anyway, he wheels me up there, and as they're asking me, they're like, "What's type your social in?" I'm like getting contractions, and I'm like typing the social in so that they can register me into the thing, because it's the same hospital that I went to when I had my infection in my body infection. I had a UTI during my pregnancy. I had a UTI that turned into a body infection that turned into a kidney infection. It was crazy. Anyway, so here, Buggies. So as he's about to wheel me, I'm like, mom, contraction. And every single time I said, "Mom," I would grab her, and she would just instantly we went into position.
We went into mode.
And then, mind you, I get a contraction, I dropped everything. I think I had a water bottle in my hand, I had my phone, everything went everywhere, and I was like this, Am I loud?
Yeah, you just yelled at me for being loud.
Sorry.
I'm so hot. Is it
So-
hot or is it the wine?
No, it's your wine.
I'm sweating.
It's definitely your wine.
Shit.
So I'm having a contraction mid-hallway, and I'm screaming. At that point, I did not give a fuck. Help me, please. Now I did not give a fuck. And honestly, usually I would contain it a little bit more, because no. Usually I would contain it a little bit more, because it's I like to conduct myself a certain way when I'm out in public. That's why I can't, I hate to say, I can't hang out with certain girls and do certain activities and stuff, because I hold myself to a certain caliber, and I act a certain way when I'm outside, because you need to hold yourself as a woman and as a lady, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just, like, you know, there's certain times for certain things. But right then and there, I said, listen, they're gonna see how much pain I'm in. They're gonna see all of this, and I'm not gonna contain it, and I'm not gonna hold this shit back, because so that they know to give me the medicine, like, you know what I mean, so that they know to give me my medicine, so that they know that this shit is a motherfucking emergency, bitch, emergency.
What is it?
A fucking emergency, 911. Like, oh my gosh. So I get in there. Fast forward, the nurse, blah, 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 right? They give me fucking morphine. Let's talk about how they gave me morphine.
You're skipping a little. They didn't give you the morphine. Oh no, they gave you the morphine in that room, didn't they? Yes, sorry.
So, okay, so then they checked me. I was finally dilated. I was 100% effaced, and I was dilated. But I was only dilated like 1 or 2 centimeters. So now I'm dilated. My mucus plug had came out when I was at home. I forgot this part, but when I was at home, my mucus plug did come out. So, sit. Good job. So, my mucus plug did come out when I was at home. So now I'm at the hospital. I'm 100% effaced, and I'm like 1 or 2 centimeters dilated. They give me the morphine, but they didn't give me my morphine until I was 5 centimeters dilated. So now I'm 5 centimeters dilated, and this is after hours. I got the morphine at like 4:30, 5:30 maybe. I think it was more like 5:30 if I'm not mistaken, because I remember you left, and when you left, you came back like an hour later. I remember it took like mad long.
Yeah, that's
and I'm gonna let you tell that story. So they gave me my morphine. So now I'm asleep. I'm 5 centimeters dilated. Mind you, I did all of that natural up to 5 centimeters. So now I'm 5 centimeters dilated, and I'm asleep off morphine. The morphine is only lasting 1 hour though. So I'm gonna let my mom tell this part.
Okay, so now since the weekend, before she even got to the hospital or thought about the hospital, every contraction, her back, like she said, her hips especially are on fire. So I'm kneading her hips, every contraction. She's not sleeping, am I? Kneading them.
Mm-hmm.
So by that time now, I'm like worried about her.
Her back is hurting her.
My back is on fire. I had an accident years ago, and so every now and then I do certain things, my back will hurt me.
But mind you, I'm so out of it, like I can't even focus or see correctly to even understand or comprehend that.
So I'm kneading, killing me. It's just awful. I'm exhausted. I'm so worried about her. I need her to be okay.
You're carrying all my bags up and down
all the bags up the steps. Anyway, I'm hunched over like I'm 99 years old. My knuckles are like this. Stop. So once we know this is it, she's gonna be here. I had to go out to the car to get her stuff.
Yeah,
so
she had signed me in.
Signed her in. So there's a parking garage. Now this hospital is pretty freaking huge. There's several parking garages around it, in like across the street and down here, blah blah blah, and they're all like labeled like with letters and numbers and shit. Anyway, so I kind of remember where I took a picture of where I was, the parking spot, and also the garage, because there were so many. I just didn't know if I would remember.
Of course.
So I had
everybody does that.
Well, I had been back and forth to the car a couple of times before that for some reason, but this time I was like,
no, you only did it one time because.
Well, wait a minute.
You were only at the car one time for moving it, because that's when you went on live. The one time
I went on
when
live
you
to get
moved,
an
and then
update.
you came in,
And
that was it.
so I'm sweating. It's like 90 degrees. It's so freaking hot. I had on shoes that were new. Thanks, Mandy. I had shoes
Shout out to Mandy.
shoes on that were new, but I shouldn't have worn them because I was like walking a certain way and it was like rubbing because I was sweating and it was hot. Anyway, so I was getting a blister. I got a blister on my foot. So I'm blister on my foot. My back is on fire. I can't stand up.
And you fucked up because you put socks on.
I put socks on.
That's where you fucked up at.
And it was rubbing the blisters. That made it worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went out to the car. I got her wheelie suitcase, her heavy bag, the diaper bag. It must have been like 200 pounds of stuff. I'm pulling it. The elevator was broken to get from the floor I was on to the bottom. So I had to take all this stuff down steps.
Mind you, I'm still off morphine, asleep in the bed, not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Like, what the hell? Well, yeah. But this, okay, let me just go back a spec. So I was trying to find the best way to get to this garage. So I asked the security guard. Now, mind you, in the beginning, I came into the emergency room after I parked in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only way I knew. So I told the guy where I wanted to go, and he goes, oh, don't go all the way, that's the long way. Go over here and follow this. So he sent me outside. Like, I don't know where I am, okay? I don't know where I am. So I'm walking, I don't see anything.
Downtown Atlanta.
I don't see anything. So I'm walking.
If you know, then you know. It's a little ratchet down there.
It's so hot. I got a blister cooking on my foot. Carrying, like, it's horrible.
Mind you, carrying my Louis bag.
Anyway, so wait. So the only choice I have is, okay, I walked around the whole fucking hospital. I walked around the whole entire hospital, which was like 3 blocks.
You guys know a hospital, like, block. Come on.
I'm walking, I'm like, and in my mind I'm thinking, okay, if I should have a heart attack or a stroke and die right here on the sidewalk, I'm right by a hospital. That's good for me, right? Hopefully somebody will see me and not just walk over me. Or if somebody tries to rob me and kill me, then that's another story I'll have to deal with then. I can't chase them. I'm too hot, I'm too tired, I got a blister, I'm not chasing them, they're gonna have to take my stuff. I mean, what am I gonna do? So this is all in my head. So finally, I get to the car, I find it, I'm so happy to see it. And once or twice.
You didn't like think to like move it closer or anything, the car?
I couldn't find the freaking car at first.
No, I'm
Wait, hold on a second now. Hold on.
I'm saying after.
Wait, we're not even at the car. And at one point, I did sit down on a brick, on like this half wall, where I saw some other people sitting, like they were having their lunchtime.
Crying.
I will, I'll get there.
Oh, okay.
So, and I see people are sitting there, kind of like taking their afternoon lunch, whatever. So I sat down too, like I'm like cool and blending in. Meanwhile, I'm just like, please put the freaking car. I'm dying. Okay, so then I get it together. I cross the street. I get the thing. Now I'm ready to come back.
I'm gonna check on cash.
I'm ready to come back. Can you please bring the fan out before I have a heart attack?
It's gonna make noise.
Okay. I'm just reliving the whole thing. Or it could be a hot flash, one or the other. Or both. Anyway, so I find the car, I get all the stuff
I
out.
just want to check if you were still breathing because you were asleep very
I
long.
organize stuff, like I stack it up, right? The elevator's getting worked on, so I have to bang, 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 bang down the steps with all this crap. To the walkway. Now, I don't know, a lot of hospitals have these, I think, walkways from the garage to the hospital, right? So, I find the walkway. Beautiful. This walkway was like friggin' 3 football fields long. Downhill, thank goodness. Zigzaggy, zigzaggy. It was like I was in like Squid Game. Should I not say that?
No, I just am like, that's crazy.
I felt like I was in Squid Game, and I was next. And there was gonna be a weird doll at the end. So I get into the building, and I see something medical center. I'm like, all right, whatever. So there's a security place there, fine, and then I see offices. So I go to the right, to the offices. It's a dead end. It's an actual medical center associated with the hospital, but I'm not in the hospital. So I'm now alone in the hallway going, what the fuck? Like screaming, what is happening? I turn around, I walk to the security thing. I'm like, I have tears in my eyes now. I'm like, this is where I'm gonna go. Can someone please help me? What do I do? There's steps right next to the office. Go down the steps, turn, whatever. I said, isn't there an elevator? I really cannot carry this stuff. Can somebody help me? Now, mind you, there's 3 or 4 big burly looking security guards sitting in there. No, I'm sorry, we can't help you. Okay. So I got to the steps, took a deep breath. Clunk, clunk, clunk. And this girl, I don't even know what she looks like. I just heard this voice in the back of me going, please let me help you. And I turned around and said, it's really heavy. I don't want to do that to you. No, I got it. She picked all my shit up. Right down. She was like young, you know, like
That's
all the way
something I
down.
would do.
And I started to cry. Like I full on started to cry. Thank you so much for being so kind to me. Nobody was helping. I didn't know what I was there. She's like, it's all right. Like an angel in the night. She was gone. Okay. So now I'm in the hospital part. All of that. I finally make it into her room. Oh no, and she calls me halfway. Where are you? You're taking so long.
But mind you, I'm like off morphine and I'm just now waking up. So I'm like, where are you? But I didn't say, where are you taking so long to me? Where I was just like, I woke up and my mom wasn't there. And I was like.
And I walked in that room and she was like, said something about like, I need you to rub my hips. That was it. I felt like tap out. Okay, I'm not the person for this job. I'm not helping her anymore. I can't.
Did you even tell
not
her
that I
about
didn't.
this?
Not that I didn't want to help her. I mean, I cannot help her anymore. What can I do? I can't help my daughter. What? This sucks.
You didn't even tell them about the lady up on the street when you were crying.
This is something different. That's another thing.
No, it's not.
It's a different episode. It is. I'll tell you about that. So I called my friend Amy and I said, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, but I'm on morphine. I'm asleep. I don't
I gotta
remember.
find somebody to come and pitch in for me. I can't do it. So Amy, being very sensible, is like, you've got this. Get it together. She gave me a little pep talk. I felt a little bit better. Okay, you're talking about the lady. I had to go down for something else. And this is after my little mental breakdown. I had to go downstairs for something. Now, I'm smart. This time, I didn't go following anybody's directions. I went the way I knew I came in, to the emergency room, and then around, blah, blah, blah. So as I'm going out, I'm still sweating. I'm like, I feel like I should be in the hospital. There's a woman in the emergency room crying, like in the hallway. She's just sitting there crying. And my first thing was, in my head, I'm like, I should help her, but I can't do it. I cannot help anyone. So I'm walking by her, and I take 3 or 4 steps past her, and there's people sitting around, nobody's even looking at this woman. Emergency room, something's going on with her. So I turn around, I said, are you okay? Do you need anything? Can I call someone for you? She's like, I'm fine. Are you okay? Oh my God, I'll be all right.
You're so cute.
So we were like sort of crying together. I never did find out what was wrong with her, but she was fine and I left. So.
When you came in the room with Amy, then I instantly just had another contraction. I was like, Mom, I need you. And then she sat on the bed and then when I kind of was like coming out of the morphine coma.
And I got off the bed to get her something and it was me.
No, wait.
What?
She sits down.
Literally.
Listen, she's sitting on the bed, she's kneading my back. And then like the contraction stops and goes away. And she looks at me, she just starts crying. She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not the one for the job. I can't do this anymore. She just had like, she cried. She just had like a whole moment. And I just looked at her and I was like, Mom, you're like, literally, I was like, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Like,
for you. For you.
No. To you.
No, to you.
To you. You're doing it to you. It is disrespect to you.
I don't have
to you. It is disrespectful to you. So
I don't have many moments where I'm like that. Like if I do, I just do it by myself. I don't have many moments like where I'm like that.
Yeah.
But when I do, it was a moment.
Yeah, and I just was telling her, and I remember looking at her, and my vision was so foggy though. Like that morphine made my vision foggy. And I remember looking at her. I couldn't really see her, but I remember looking at her, and like I could tell like you were completely red.
Yeah.
Crying, you were flustered. You could just tell
I know. I was sweat. I had a blister. I was hunched over. Like a mess.
And what time is it? Okay. So I remember just looking at you being like, here, Bugs. And being like, Mom, you're doing fine. Like, I didn't understand why, because I didn't know any of this. She didn't tell me any of this until after. I thought she was just like this because of me just being pregnant and contracting and laboring for days, and now I'm in the hospital. Like, I didn't know anything. So then that's when I was like, Mom, you're doing fine. Like, everything is okay. You're good. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you know, I was just telling her, like, I don't know why you're like this when you're doing just fine. Like, you're doing the damn thing. Like,
I just didn't feel like it was enough. I wanted to do so much more for her. She was in so much
but there was
pain,
nothing more for her to do. But there was nothing more for you to do. There was nothing more that you could have done.
Awful.
There was nothing more you could have done. You were doing literally everything I needed you to do. Everything. For real. Don't cry.
It was full.
We're being triggered.
It really triggered.
I was triggered.
You'll see. There's gonna come a time when Cash is in trouble and we need something. And
oh
there's
God,
just
God
anybody,
forbid.
you guys have
God forbid.
You know, it's life, but you just want
God
to do
forbid.
everything for somebody.
My child is a scholar.
All right. Anyhow, then they decided, okay, that's it. We're going to the delivery area now.
No, so then, mind you, now
I need to drink my wine now.
I'm 5 centimeters dilated. I didn't go to 6.
I was like 6 centimeters probably at this point.
I'm still 5 centimeters dilated, right? So they're like, okay.
Awful.
At that time, it was probably like 7:30ish. They take me to the labor and delivery room.
And still no food except when I snuck her from the vending machine.
No, and I didn't get that until we went upstairs after the fucking. Let me keep. So mind you, this is Tuesday night, the 24th. So now it's around 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30ish. I'm in the laboring room, the delivery room, like the room that I'm gonna have Cashy in. So, I'm gonna be so triggered. So now I'm in the delivery room. I'm in the delivery room. The epidural people came in. I was like, fuck this. And mind you, if you know me, then you already know what my birth plan was. In a pool, all
Not
natural,
all that.
no epidural, no bright lights, no. It was my birth to be everything that I would have planned.
Think of her birth plan, and don't do that. Do
Yeah.
the opposite thing.
Whatever my birth plan said, we did the 100% opposite thing. My doula didn't come. Like, I was like, fuck that doula. Fuck that doula. Fuck this shit. I don't care. Give me a damn epidural.
Get this kid out of me.
Yeah.
Stat.
I was like begging them for a C-section. I was like,
Facts.
I was like, how much do I have to pay you to give me a C-section? It was ridiculous. And I feel like that because, here, you just keep getting lucky. I feel like that because I was laboring so long. I'm telling you.
You reach a point.
I'm telling you, had I not been laboring that long, I could have had the baby natural. I know I could have. I got the 5 centimeters natural. So then, they give you the epidural. They come in, they're like, oh, well, your white cell count is, what was it, low or high or something. I think it was too low. They're like, we don't think that we can give it to you. I said, let me tell you something. You're giving me this fucking epidural. You're giving me the epidural. I'm getting the epidural. So get your stuff together and come give me the epidural. And like I said earlier, this is the same hospital that when I had the UTI, body infection, kidney infection shit, this is the same hospital I went to. So on file, they had my cell count, and that's normal for me. So thank God that.
Thank God that guy that I think he was a nurse. I'm not sure who he was, but he's the one that picked it up and said, "No, she'll be fine. This is what's going on."
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't remember, Mom.
Yeah. And the epidural person, the anesthesiologist, came in with a girl that was like training, and I'm thinking, oh, perfect.
Yeah, same.
Perfect. But she was amazing. That girl was really good, I thought.
Then why my epidural stopped working?
Because the machine malfunctioned.
My fucking luck.
That's into the story more.
So they give me the epidural, and it's a bitch who's fucking training to do epidurals.
But I liked her. I thought she was good.
I
was
would be
watching
the
her.
girl.
I was keeping an eye on her. She was good.
So, and they also weren't gonna give me it because I have a back tattoo, roses down my spine. They're like, "How old is this?" And I was like, "About a year old." And I heard the doubt in their voice, and I was like, "Wait, what's
That
this
is old. Yeah. That was older than a year.
No, it's like a year-ish.
Really?
Ish.
Probably because the colors are still set right.
Well, I need to get it done again. It's not even
That
finished.
happened with me with mine. They wanted to know. It was only like 4 months old. I was giving blood. I was like, oh yeah, I've had that a couple years.
Yeah, no. So I was like, yeah, it's like a year-ish old, and then I heard them like, oh, well, we can't, and I was like, wait, was it a year? And then mind you, I'm mid-contraction, so I was like, no, it wasn't a year, it was like a year and a half, almost 2 years, I'm sorry, I got a lot going on right now. They're like, oh, okay, because if it was a year or under, and I'm in my head like, yeah, I know, I heard that doubt in your head, motherfucker, you're giving me this epidural. So, he was like, basically saying that like if my tattoo was a year or under, they wouldn't be able to do it because it would affect it. Some shit. Shut the fuck up and give me the damn epidural. So, then they gave me the epidural. She wasn't bad, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the epidural really didn't hurt. Cause you do it mid-contraction, and I think the only thing that is like crazy about it is that you can't move. And the thing about my contractions where I needed my mom to knead, like you guys know what kneading is, like when you knead, you know?
You can use your hand or your knuckles. Like I found using my knuckles was much better.
Yeah, I like that way better. I needed my mom to knead my back every contraction, or I couldn't breathe, to be honest. Like it was like breathing.
I'm surprised you're not bruised.
Yeah, I know.
I was going in on you.
I know, me too. I knew I was gonna be bruised. I didn't get any bruises right there.
Where are my bruises coming from?
I don't fucking know.
You see me, I'm purple underneath this shirt.
You're not lying. What the fuck?
I don't know.
So, I think the only thing difficult about the epidural is that you can't move and it's doing a contraction. But the actual epidural didn't hurt. But then again, I was just traumatized for 3 days. So I don't know.
It could have been painful. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. It could have been painful because people say how painful it is all the time. Other people say how it wasn't painful. It might have to do with the person who's doing it, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Probably so.
But it's with anything like that, I feel like.
Yeah. But personally for me, it didn't really hurt. It was just the sitting still during your contraction and then having a needle into your spine. Like, you know?
Oh. And then when the one nurse was explaining the epidural to you before the people came in, she was like, just,
Tasha.
Have your mom or, stand in front of you. You can lean on her.
I know how to do the pillow.
Oh, wait. So then the guy came and I was like, okay, this is good. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
So when the guy came in, he said, put the pillow there. And I positioned myself right there.
I
was
know.
like, oh no. You know? And he kept doing the pillow. And I'm like, okay, here, lean on me. And then he kept saying the pillow. And I just looked at him like, okay, that's cool. But I'm still going to be here.
Yeah.
And I just pulled you toward me and you like leaned on me and I held you like.
Yeah, I know. I was glad.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, not my daughter. Not my daughter.
Not my fucking.
Don't make me. I'll beat you ass with my bent up knuckles.
So look, listen, we're not even getting to the juicy part. I feel like they oh, I just realized what you said.
How dare you?
You know what that was you think of?
What?
That guy from Harry Potter that turns into a rat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you're not done.
Oh my goodness.
So then this is where it gets crazy. So I get the epidural. Now I have the epidural for 5 centimeters. I'm 5 centimeters when I got the epidural, right? So now I'm on live. I'm talking. I'm like a regular person.
Good.
I'm like a regular person at this point.
Chips.
Yeah, So then at my birthday, they said I could eat snacks and like they didn't care. I could drink water and eat snacks. They didn't care.
I had a whole bag of snacks packed up there.
Yeah, but at the hospital they're like, oh no, don't eat because whatever. I sent my mom to the vending machine. My mom got chips and fruit snacks and granola bars and my cereal bars.
When I brought together.
Mhm. And I was eating that, and because I didn't eat for days.
So you think I'm not going to get my daughter some bag of chips
When I finally can
when she can eat? Wait, you said, why
Yeah.
do you think I carry a big purse?
You're
I had that shit hidden.
like, so I sleep through the night. Thank God. I was able to sleep through the night. So now I'm sleeping through the night, and it gets to be about 5 or 6 in the
Wait, we
morning.
don't have to pull that chair.
Oh my gosh, yeah, tell them about the
So they provide the person, the partner
The
of the person
birthing
in
partner.
delivery, the birthing partner. Like you have a chair, right? And many places they will provide you with a pull-out couch or a chair of some sort. So this chair pulls out. I don't know what they think you're gonna do with this chair, but I finally decided, all right, I'm gonna pull it out. And I found a shoe under it.
Oh yeah.
Like one shoe. Were you wondering where your other shoe was, person? Like what? Anyway, I said no. So I just pushed the thing back together and laid in the chair. I pushed the other chair up and made a footrest for myself.
Yeah, so now it's like 5 or 6 a.m. on Wednesday, on May 25th. On May 25th, it's like 5 or 6
May
a.m.
25th, the year of our Lord.
What? Where the fuck did that come from?
I'm British. No.
So now it's like 5 or 6 a.m. and I wake up and I'm like, wait, and my mom's asleep though, and I wake up and I'm like, it's really wet. Like it was like I was peeing, but I was like, maybe I don't know that I'm peeing. Like I can't control it. Like I was like, I didn't know because everything was numb. Like you can't feel shit. So I was trying to wake you up. I was taking my straw, I was taking things and throwing it at you to wake you up because the nurse came in and I was trying to wake you up. You were snoring so. My mom snores so fucking loud. Like
That's such a lie.
if you've been on my lives, then you know.
Such a lie.
She snores like a fucking man.
Absolutely not. It's musical. What you don't know is I'm composing a symphony in my head while I sleep. I have to work it out. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player, just hate the game.
Anyway, so then I tell the nurse, I'm like, I think I'm peeing on myself. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, but I had a catheter in. Oh, I forgot to tell them that. They put a catheter in me. So they're like, no, sweetie. Who are you talking to like
He
that?
wants to be included in the conversation.
Who are you talking to like that?
Tell mommy.
What?
Are you thirsty? Do you want some tea?
What?
So
Who are you talking to?
you were worried about mommy.
Come here. Give me a kiss. Alright.
Anyway.
So she's like, oh no, honey, your water broke. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh, Mom, my water broke. So now my water broke. It was like at like, it was at like 6-ish. It was like 6 o'clock-ish.
Mind you, when they moved her from that first room where I had my meltdown to the new room, I got a real rejuvenated like sense of energy. Like, okay, things are happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it sort of turned, like it made it a little bit brighter.
Mhm.
I feel like for us.
Like it was like another step closer.
Yeah.
So my water broke on the bed. I thought it broke on live one time because I was really wet, but now I know now I know like the
She was being
differences.
punished for pranking me.
Now I know like the differences of stuff. That was just amniotic fluid like leaking out, preparing my body for the mucus plug to come out. Like now I know what everything is. Like, you know what I mean? It like everything kind of like makes sense. But yeah, no. So then my water broke, and then now it's like 7 o'clock-ish, and the epidural, or no, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. Yeah, it was like 7, almost 7:30, and my epidural stopped working, and now I'm 8 centimeters dilated. So they come in, they check me. I'm like, something's wrong. Like,
Okay, so now we have a new shift on.
oh god, we have
We
a
have a new
fucking
shift.
morning shift on.
The morning shift of nurses.
Fucking stupid bitch.
Anyway, most of them were wonderful. There was a few duds there. You know, not all the kernels pop. Sometimes you get some duds in the bag.
Oh my god.
So so they're like trying to figure out the thing.
And I'm telling them,
The morphine's not working. She feels it.
no, I'm working the
Well,
epidural.
I mean, epidural.
I'm starting to feel it, and I'm starting to panic. I'm like, I can
They're
feel my
like,
contractions. I can feel my contractions. I
Go
start
find
panicking.
somebody. So, okay, can you find somebody? Why don't you go find somebody? Can you? So I went out to the nurse's desk area. She needs this thing. Nothing. So finally, you know, there's a little altercation in the hallway, and they came in, they started messing with it. Oh, there's a malfunction in the machine. Can you get another machine? We have to find the person. Oh, well, why don't you do that? why do I know this and I'm not a doctor or a nurse? Your machine's malfunctioning? Go find another one. How difficult is it?
It was crazy.
But like I felt like it felt like you had to say every single thing to them.
But my other nurses before that were so amazing.
This is the one nurse especially. What was her name?
Tasha.
You knew who I'm talking about, Tasha.
I
This was her. Like
every contraction, she was like my fucking doula at one point.
She would look right in her eyes and be like,
she would like, okay, breathe
and
through it. Look at me, breathe through
How are we
it.
both doing it?
Yeah,
like
literally.
Like just focusing.
And
she hypnotized me. I'm over here.
And
I'm
it was
breathing
her
with her.
voice. It was the way her voice was.
The eye contact. Everything.
And
she
then,
was fantastic.
and then she was like, and I would tense up, and you're really not supposed to tense up contractions. You're supposed to not tense up at all.
This woman, some people have a gift for this sort of thing. This woman had a gift.
And I kept tensing up, because at one point, I can't take it anymore. My body just is tapped out, so I'm tensing up, I'm freaking out, and then my contraction would go away, and I'm still tense up. She's like, the contraction went away, so let it go.
Yeah.
Stop holding on to it.
And she would say like, I feel like I'm still in pain. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Just take a breath with me. It's okay. And just instantly, you could just see her respond to it. She was amazing.
And I instantly was okay. Like everything she was saying, like she really was like my doula low key for like the time, like for that time period that she was there. She was amazing, and she was amazing.
She told me she teaches birthing classes.
Yeah, I know. She was
like that's just exactly.
It makes
what she
sense.
would do.
Like it makes sense, and
for sure.
Yeah. So then, it was a whole thing. There's like 3 nurses facing like a little thing in the room, like the little like ledge thing. I don't know. Their backs were to me.
A little work area where they keep the cabinets and stuff.
The epidural woman came in and was like, "What's the problem?" Mind you, I'm mid contraction. I'm like, "Hell."
This is a new girl.
Yeah.
She just came in. She still had her purse on.
She still had her purse on. Yeah, she still had her purse on. Probably didn't even clock in yet.
Yeah, what's going on?
She looked like she didn't clock in yet. She's like, "Who's the nurse here?" Hello. The nurses were everybody. She's like, "Excuse me, who's the nurse here?" Like, was like, "Excuse me, get us the fuck together." Like this girl, like, you know what I mean? Like, and the girl, she was like, "Well, we're all nurses here. We're all nurses in this room." And she was like, "Okay, so what's going on with her? What's wrong with her?" And then they were like, "Oh, the machine." And she's like, "Okay, so." Then the girl was trying to figure out. I was like, "Please, how much do I have to pay you?"
You were begging.
Yeah.
She was begging.
I was
Please help.
crying. I was begging. I had listen. I have never begged for nothing in my life. I was begging this woman, begging. I was like, I don't think you guys understand. Begging this woman. I was like, "I don't care how much I have to pay you." Mind you, I'm poor. I don't have it.
And it wasn't even like the way she's explaining it. Like, it was like a desperation. Please, I'm in so much pain. Like desperation, and it was obvious to anybody with a brain. She's in trouble.
Yeah. It was so sad. Like I feel so bad for the me then. Like I feel so bad for me. Like it was so bad. Like I don't think you guys really understand. It was so bad.
And at that point, though, she was completely dilated. The contractions were coming. Like she was ready to go at that point. So the epidural wouldn't have it was no epidural at that point.
Yeah. So they came in. They basically was like, "Okay, well, it's gonna take a while because we're with somebody else right now, and it's gonna take a long time to do it and blah whatever." They basically told me like, "It's game over for you, sis."
Suck it up, girl.
And I was 8 centimeters dilated, so I only had an epidural from 5 centimeters to 8 centimeters. So now I'm 100% completely natural. They even like undid the epidural out of my back, took it out and everything.
The best thing with the epidural is that it let you get some sleep to get the energy for the pushing.
Yeah.
That's it.
So they just disconnected the epidural. It was still in my back, but they just like disconnected it, but it was still in my back, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. So now 9 centimeters dilated, all natural, and they basically were saying my midwife from the birth center actually came and she delivered my baby at the hospital.
Incredible.
Yeah, she was good. She was
that
amazing.
woman, I don't know what, if that woman wasn't there, she was just
she was amazing too.
a godsend.
So now I'm at 9 centimeters dilated, and she was like, "If you want, you can just start pushing." And I'm like, "Fuck, let's go." Like, I was like, "Let's go, get this fucking baby out of me," because I was begging for C-sections. I was like, "What can I do to get a C-section?" Anything. And if you know, me or my birth plan, and everything that I did was not my birth plan, like at all. Down to me begging for a C-section. A C-section on this stomach, like what the fuck? Having heart attacks, I only have a little bit of I only have like 2 or 3 stretch marks. Like, you know what I mean? So now I'm pushing, and my hips were on fire, guys. When I tell you guys on fire, I mean my hips were on fire. On fire. I've never felt this fucking fire. They say, oh, the ring of fire in your coochie. No, I didn't feel him pushing. It didn't hurt him coming out. Like,
the pain was in your hips.
Yeah, I really want to really make that clear for any woman watching this. It was just laboring. Any woman who's been in labor, who has a child, will tell you laboring is the hard part. The delivery, it's not easy. It's gonna hurt. Like, you're gonna have to put some work in. But like because I know my whole life,
your mindset changes at that moment.
Yeah, because
like, I
know my whole life, my biggest fear is dying in childbirth. Literally my whole life, and I feel like when it came to the childbirth, the part that I was always the most scared of, and that's why it's my biggest fear, is a human being coming out of my hole. Like, that's what I was scared of. But honestly, I could do that. I could do that again. If it didn't come with the laboring and the hip pain, I could push another kid out. Like, I would do that again. If it didn't come with 3 days of labor and hip pain, I could genuinely, wholeheartedly have him again.
So
right
now,
now.
into a little something right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So now it's the point where she's starting to push. Okay, she's pushing. Things are happening, I guess, but nothing's not in no baby yet, obviously. She's pushing. Every contraction, she's pushing. And
that shit was.
I'm on this side. There's a nurse on this side. One up here, and then the midwife down here.
Mm-hmm.
Midwife, incredible. She was incredible. The one up here, she started to hyperventilate at one point. She got oxygen for her. Me and the other woman, we're holding her leg and knuckle in the hips. Every time she had to get up, like lean forward and push, knuckle in the hips. That's the only way she could do it without excruciating pain.
Bad.
So we're doing this an hour and 45 minutes. She pushed. After about the first, I don't know how many, 20, let's say 20 minutes. This bitch on the other side, the nurse,
stupid fucking bitch.
Oh, half-assing it, right? Now she's begging at this point. Please push.
Yeah, you probably have to tell this because I don't really like.
You gotta push into my hip. Can you please rub my hip? Please rub my hip. She's begging to the point. Now, in between the contractions, she leans back for a second to get a breath. During that breath, this bitch is talking to the midwife about, the kids at school. Oh, I could sure use some coffee. What's with your freaking private conversations?
Let me tell you something. All I heard was, I can't wait to drink my coffee. And I said, can you shut the fuck up?
And she kept having conversations to the point where and the woman up here, she was young, like this young nurse. She looked like she had
Marissa, right?
Yes.
Marissa.
And she was trying not to say anything. She's being professional, but I could see it on her face. She's like, and finally, I turned, I listened to this woman. Shh! Stop talking.
And because I needed quiet. I remember I kept saying, and another thing, if you're a woman watching this and you're about to have birth or whatever the case is, can you leave out? I'm sorry, mommy.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, don't be scared to advocate for yourself. If you need them to shut the fuck up, tell them to shut the fuck up. If you need peace and quiet, you tell them, listen, I need quiet. This is too much. I'm getting overwhelmed. Because everybody talking, the bright lights, the this, the that.
Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself.
It was too much.
The head nurse at the end said to the room, but mostly to her, I'm so impressed with you, the way you advocated for yourself. You spoke up and you said what you needed. Yeah. I wish everybody else would do that.
Everybody kept complimenting me because
don't be afraid to speak up for yourself in all points of life. But especially in a situation like that where you're the one that's vulnerable, don't ever be afraid to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, everybody kept telling me, like, giving me, like, I had to tell my mom what that meant, but giving me my flowers for being it, for...
You had to tell me what?
Remember I had to explain to you what, like, I had to give you your flowers?
Oh, she's giving me flowers.
No.
Like, oh.
Everyone was giving me, like, a lot of compliments, like, commending me, basically, for how much I was advocating for myself, because I was like, I need peace and quiet. I need you to rub my hips. My mom was doing, my mom is my mom. She knew what I needed. And then the woman my midwife who was delivering my baby, I was like, I need you to keep putting that loop. I told her,
She was doing a whole thing down there that was so incredibly helpful.
Yeah. So she would get like a lubricant or like they kept calling it gel.
Yeah, I was watching.
And she put it on her fingers and she would go around my hole and she would go. And I think that's another reason why I didn't tear.
She was very consistent and very specific. The gel, and every time she would go around. Sorry to describe it, but she would go around and she would knead it.
Yeah.
Very specific. She was very intentional in what she was doing.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with her. It was incredible.
And I think I have to give it to her because I think that also played a part in me not tearing.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. She made sure it was very gelled and lubricant so that the baby could just slide right through.
And she kept saying, "You want to see the head? You want to see the head?"
She asked me, "Do I want to touch the head, touch Cash's head coming out? Did I want a mirror?"
It was only like this much. We could only see like that much of it.
Yeah, and did I want to did I want a mirror? I said no, absolutely not. Fuck no.
It was amazing, no. But anyway, look,
Fuck
we're gonna
no.
go back to this nurse.
Go ahead.
So we're kneading, and she's like crying, like trying to get through it. And she stops kneading, and so she asks her, "Can you please rub my hip, rub my hip?" Oh, she says, "Oh, my hand is so sore." And I looked and I said, "My hand is sore too. I've been doing this for 4 days. You can do it because it's your job and you get paid for it." And everybody kind of shut up for a second. But I had up to here by then. I'm exhausted.
As you should, Mom. You don't gotta explain yourself.
No,
As you
I'm
fucking
saying.
should.
And it's your job and you get paid for it.
Stupid bitch.
So let's go. And the one girl up here, the younger girl, was just like,
Marissa, the girl with the oxygen.
Marissa was amazing. She was just like, it was dead silent for a second. There was a cricket in the room somewhere. I could hear it chirping. And for a minute there, so she's kneading, but she's looking this way.
Yeah, she got like an
Like
attitude.
she felt a certain kind of way, but then she snapped back out of it again and kept on going.
And then
I was like, bitch, don't tell me your hand hurts.
yeah, and then
This is
after
your
that,
job.
yep, and after the coffee thing, and mind you, I'm pushing. They had my legs like it's
Oh, here's her leg. Let's do this.
literally all
It
the
was
way.
on my shoulder like this.
Yeah, like this.
Pushing.
Yeah.
And then the last maybe half a dozen pushes, I got her by the neck.
Yeah, that's
and
what
tied her back
really helped
and
me.
pulled her up
That's
this way
what
as I
got
was
him
pushing
out.
her.
I swear that's what got him out.
And I got to see him come out.
No, but look, listen. So you guys see how
Okay.
my leg was up here, right? And so like I think you did it. You were pushing.
Yeah.
My mom
I
was
was pushing you really hard.
this way so that it was like opposite. Like she was pushing this way and he was coming out, so it was like kind of like a counter.
I don't know what made me grab you by the neck, but I was like,
I know. So mind you, the bitch with the coffee and the side comfort, the stupid bitch, she was doing that, and I was taking my foot and I was ramming it into her shoulder. I was ramming my foot into her shoulder.
Did you feel good, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was ramming it in her shoulder because in my head I was like, this stupid fucking bitch.
But it didn't mistake me for her any time.
Yeah. Because I was doing it pretty hard. They probably she was like, it hurts. But after she did that, yeah, wah.
Boo for fucking who? McDonald's is hiring down the street.
And you
Don't
know
like
what
this
also
job,
fucking
go down
hurts?
there.
Me giving birth, bitch.
And you know what hurts? Some of my arthritic hands hunched over like the Wicked Witch of the West, kneading my daughter's head.
You know what also fucking hurts? My mom's fucking back from needing my damn hips.
Guess what
and
else
my
hurt,
back
bitch?
since
My
Sunday.
blister on my foot that I had to
You
walk
know
in
what
the hospital.
else fucking hurts? My back from the epidural that stopped working.
For the malfunctioning machine you didn't care about.
Stupid bitch.
Guess what else hurts?
What?
Oh, I'm out of things. Anyway,
So.
but can I talk about him being born now?
yeah. Go ahead.
Do you have any more things?
No, I don't think so. I'll say it.
Okay, so then I see him like here's right his head.
Mind you,
right
I'm
here.
pushing for an hour. I was
45
pushing for
minutes.
like an hour and like 30 minutes, and he was crowning the whole time. So mind you, I'm doing this all natural. He was crowning like the whole entire time. It wasn't like, oh, a little bit of head and then just his head is out and then his body. No.
Anybody who's had a baby, I'm sure knows this already, or knows of it. Like they always say, like the baby, like you push, and the baby will come out like say 3 steps when you stop pushing.
And then go in the little.
They go in 1, 3, and they go back in 1. So it's like baby steps for real baby steps. So
But
when
not me though.
when he was finally.
But hold on, not me though. His head was just at the top. For Madeline.
Oh, against that bone, yeah.
My pelvic bone. His head was just right there. That's why it was hurting my hips so bad. Because my hips were on fire. Because he couldn't get past my pelvic bone because you have to get past the pelvic bone and then he comes out. He wouldn't get past the pelvic bone, so his head would come out a little bit, and then when you push during contractions, he would go back in. It would go out and then come back in. It was only a little bit top of his head. So now go. I was doing that for an hour and 30. The last 15 minutes is when he started to come out. Go.
So then I see that he's like he just has to make it through that one little spot, and his head's out. So I see it, I'm looking, he comes out, his head comes out, I'm just looking straight at him. He comes out and he's facing me, and I don't know, I mean, it's in my head possibly, but I feel like we made eye contact and had a moment. I do! I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
he looked, and then turned, and everything else came out.
You were the first person you saw coming out into the world.
And then they put him up on her, and
you gotta be more descriptive of
it was just like, I can't even explain to you.
His head and his body came out at one time.
Well, the head, it was very quick, but we had enough time, like, where he came out, he was like, here's his head, he faced me, his eyeballs.
Very fast.
Yeah, he looked, do your viewer. He looked at me, and then they sort of helped, but he also did it on his own, where he turned this way and slipped right out. Like, all of it slipped out at one time. And they put him up on her, and she was just looking at me like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I was in shock. I was in absolute shock.
And everything had a towel, and they started like wiping off it up a little bit.
No, like, hold on.
And then that cry.
Wait, listen. Like, when he came out of me, I saw it. Like, because I have a belly. Like, I'm pregnant, I have a belly, so I can't see my coochie or nothing. But I saw him, like, come out. And mind you, he wasn't coming out. They had to, like, push him to the
Oh, yeah, because he was all sideways. They pushed him like this so he would come out.
Yeah, and I feel like the second she pushed him
Mm-hmm.
to the front, that's when he came out. And he came out, and when he came out, I remember seeing him come out. Oh my God, it was so crazy. He was so white. So super, super, super white. Like, super white. He was so, so white. He came out, and they put him on me, and I was like, I was in shock. And I know a lot of women cry. A lot of women cry, but, like, I couldn't cry. It wasn't that, like, it wasn't a moment I wanted to cry, because I was just so.
She'd been through so much, she was literally in shock, like physical and mental.
Yeah.
Shutdown.
It wasn't that I wanted to cry. I just was like, what the fuck? Because I keep saying if you know me, then you know, but it's true. If you know me, then you know, like I think, like, having a baby is disgusting. I think the fact that, like, there's a human in you is disgusting. Like, when I first felt him kick, I was like, oh my God, I felt him kick, and I was like, oh, like, that's a human being. Like, 'cause in my head, I'm like, ew, like, I don't know, it's just nasty to me. I don't know, it's just weird. It's just really weird. It's just like, it's like an alien. Like, you swallowed a human. Because, you eat things, and then when you eat, it goes into your stomach. So it's like, ew, I ate a human. Like, I know that sounds like people are going to think I'm weird for saying stuff like that. But, like, it's just weird to me. And the fact that he was on me, and he was just in me, and
And he was still connected
and
to
he
you?
was still connected to me, and I felt that. I felt like the cord from my coochie out, and it was like on me, and he was on me, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, wow. And I remember and they put him on me, and I was just like,
Okay, now what?
no, I just kept looking at my mom, and I was like, kind of like a now what thing, but, like, I just kept looking at my mom, and I was just like, I just had a baby. Like, because that was, if you know me, then you know, like, I never wanted kids. I was not the person.
You did it.
I'm not the person who ever wanted kids. Like, I never wanted to have a kid. I'm not the person who wanted to have a kid. I'm going to keep saying that. I never want to have a kid.
Did you ever want to have a baby?
I never want to have a motherfucking kid. Like, I was the rich auntie. Okay, child. Like,
Life does what it wants
and
to do.
now I have a baby, but I love him so much.
And then we got to cut the cord.
I love my baby so much. You guys
And the
have no
cord was
idea.
so chewy. That sounds gross. The only word I can think of to explain it is chewy. It took like, and even the surgical scissors, they're like sharp.
And I kept, but wait. I kept looking at everybody. I kept looking, and I was like, I just had a baby. I just had a baby. I said it for like 10 minutes straight, literally nonstop. I just had a baby. I had a baby. I just gave birth. I just had a baby. Mom, I just had a baby. Like, literally, and I'm really not lying to you. I literally said that back to back for 10 minutes while he's in my arms, and I'm looking at him like, and he's like crying. Not even crying for real. He only cried one time.
What's happening?
No, and he was quiet, and then he's on me because the same way he's quiet, right? He's awake.
Is he awake?
He's awake. He's chilling in his swing. It's on. He's just sucking on his pacifier. Yeah, he's chilling. My son is not a crybaby. He's chilling. And I remember just looking at him like, and then I remember looking at him like, oh, he's so cute. And he's so cute. And when he first came out, he looked straight like his ultrasound. Now he doesn't look nothing like his ultrasound. He looks, I feel like now he has his features coming in. He's starting to look straight like me.
I showed her a picture of her like, you know, a little older obviously, but as a baby.
Like a 3-month picture.
Crazy.
He looks like me now. He looks like me. He has his dad's nose. And I feel like he has his dad's lips. I feel like it's me and his dad's lips mixed together. Because he has some real nice lips. But he looks like straight like me. Like face, everything. Like he looks like me. He looks like me. But he looks straight like his dad. His dad's baby picture, his dad's mom sent me a baby picture of his dad. And they look just alike. But now that he's a little bit older, looks straight like him.
100%.
And he's getting his skin complexion, like his forehead's all tan, his body's getting like caramely color.
And his hair is so cute.
His hair is so cute. Came out with so much hair. He came out with so much hair. The little back of his hair is starting to curl up now. His hair is super silky. He got good hair.
Just delicious.
Mom, he has real good hair. You can't even lie. He has good hair.
Well, you have good hair. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's just the cutest thing ever.
He takes after me, thank God.
Mhm.
So then, he's on me, and he doesn't leave the room, thank God. And he's good, like all healthy, and I didn't rip.
She was up right away, went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I got up like probably like 10 minutes after, and I had it out.
They put her in another room, like a private room, like so she could have her own
A postpartum room.
Postpartum room.
It's the postpartum level of the hospital, and like 10 minutes after I had him, I got up. I used the bathroom. She showed me how to clean myself with like the Puree bottle, right? I didn't rip or anything, so there was nothing like too major I really had to do. I just washed myself with like a little Puree bottle, put a pad on. But the nurses were so trash. They didn't give him the, I don't know what it, yeah, he's like, I don't know what, oh no he's not. I don't know what it's called, but they're supposed to put gel in the baby's eyes when they come out the womb. They didn't put the gel in his eyes. You can only do it up to an hour after he's born. They didn't fucking put the gel in his eyes. And they didn't give him a fucking vitamin K shot. So, fast forward, now I'm in the postpartum level room. Like the room that you guys, if you were on my Instagram live, the room that you guys saw me like eating and walking around in that room. Shit was small as hell though. That room was like a closet, like a Harry Potter closet. And everything was good. Hearing test came back 100% good, which I was really scared about because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm deaf in my right ear, so that's been a fear my whole life of me having a child and my child having to go through things that I had to go through. But his hearing is good, eyesight good. He has like a little cloudy little thing on his eye, but I have an appointment, but they said his retina is good and the little red thingy in the back of his eyes is good and stuff, so it's not a cataract or anything. They think it's just his eye color coming in, and his eye color, it'll like once his eye color is fully in, it'll just fade away. But I do have an eye doctor appointment for him, and I have to get a circumcision appointment for him, and He's perfect. He didn't cry. My whole first night he at the hospital, he's not a crybaby. He would just wake up and go, wah, want his diaper changed. And
He's so good about when his diaper's dirty, he knows immediately. You gotta advocate for yourself.
And he'll tell me immediately, and then he'll go right back to sleep. There has not been one tear that has come out his eyes. Like, no tears, just wham, wham, like, just scream, like, whams, basically. And he's still, you guys notice, we've been on live for however long. He's been awake. At first, he was asleep. When I went to go check on him just now, he was, awake. So he's really he just likes to chill. He's mean. He's really mean. He just likes to chill, do his own thing, which I love that for me. He's not a crybaby.
He's so smart.
He's so smart, and I hate to say it like that because it's like he's a week old, but he literally, I'm not even lying to you guys, like I'll lay skin to skin with him, like on my chest, and he'll crawl and push himself up. And like, what else?
Like I was singing to him a couple of times, and he just looks in, like, makes, like, right in my eyes, and he's like doing all these things, like he's trying to mimic, like I like babies that are a little, like a couple weeks older, you know, they mimic the movements of your mouth.
He's been doing that though.
It boggles my mind. He's just really.
And he recognizes black and white pictures, like he stares at this picture all the time, and he's not a crybaby. He latches on. He's doing so well with my breastfeeding. He's good, and they let me go home 24 hours after I had him.
They have a band on him, a band on her, and I had to have one too. So that if you get to a certain point on that floor, if you go over that point, alarms go off, everything shuts down.
My God, my first night there, the alarms just kept going off. They were going off all night long. All night long. I was like, I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
I have to get out of here. They let me go. Let me go 24 hours after because he was so good. I got full custody. I did the birth certificate. I'm the only one on the birth certificate. And in the state of Georgia, he legally has to have my last name. Unfortunately, I mean, I know that's such a diss. He has my last name, which makes my dad so happy. My dad is so happy.
He's so in love with this baby.
Honestly, like, I had such a hard pregnancy. Like, my partner was a piece of shit. So, I feel like I went through literal hell and back throughout my whole pregnancy. Mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually, anything and everything above. That God is literally giving me what I can handle. And I keep saying that. God is giving me what I can handle. He knows that I'm about to have this baby. Mom has to leave in the morning. But the second that I get cleared, and I just went to his pediatrician, first pediatrician appointment yesterday. He's healthy. He's amazing. They said they thought he wasn't my first baby because I was doing such an amazing job.
She's such a natural. I'm so proud of her, and I know I'm like, okay, I'm biased, I guess, but she really is she's just so natural at it. She's so good. I have no worries leaving here.
Yeah.
The main thing that makes me sad is that
I'm just gonna not have you. That's what.
Be with her. I mean,
yeah,
it's
like,
just been a blessing being with her.
Yeah, I feel like don't feel like I'm gonna not be able to do it because you're not here. Like, I think I'm gonna be fine.
She can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be fine. I'm just gonna miss you like that.
Yeah.
We've been together every single day for a month, and I haven't had that since in 2 years.
And we haven't wanted to like hate each other or anything.
Yeah.
Well, no. You did mark me up though.
I'm so sorry.
The bruises and fingernail marks I had on my arm. Let's not even talk about that.
Yeah. I couldn't help it.
I would do it.
I was grabbing her. I was like, Mom! I was in the bathtub laboring. Oh my God.
Let me tell you guys something.
The pregnancy and the labor was the hardest. I think raising him is gonna be easy. I hate to say it like that.
Don't get too cocky.
No, I genuinely
wholeheartedly. I know.
No, listen, I genuinely wholeheartedly really don't think that because I really think I got like an areola, and we always say that.
Yes. A friend of ours has a little.
She's our cousin. She's one of those like cousins that is like you've been around our whole life, so like you're family. She has a daughter who like we all just say like
that's the kind of kid we want.
That's an ideal child that anybody would want.
Smart,
well behaved, doesn't give problems. Now I know every kid has their times and their moments.
So we use her as the marker, like we want that kid.
But oh yeah, that's an Ariella. Is like that's how we. It's like a huge compliment. Like when I say like I really think I got an Ariella. Like I like seriously like for real, because he's so good. He's so good. He's so smart. And I know people are like, oh, my baby is so smart. No, like, if he's a dumbass, I'm going to say he's stupid.
The pediatrician was even so impressed with him and her both.
Mm-hmm. And if you know me, then you know. If you're fucking dumb, I'm going to be like, stop being fucking stupid. I gotta go. We gotta end the story time.
I want to say one other thing, real quick. I have had,
I bet.
Yeah. I have had moments in my life that are cherished moments that I'm completely honored to have had. I've had a wonderful childhood. That being said, having my 2 daughters, biggest blessings in my whole entire life. Being able to have my parents into my adulthood, blessed. My mom, for as long as I had her, she just passed a couple years ago. She lived with me. Biggest blessing. The fact that I was able to be with both of my parents as they passed, biggest blessing. Being there to witness this baby being born, right in there with that. The biggest blessing. I consider it one of the biggest honors, if not the biggest honor of my life. Biggest honor of my life to be able to, that she wanted me there for it all, that I got to witness it, that I was there to see it and got to spend all this time. I can't imagine anything that would be a bigger honor that somebody would want me to be there for that part of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that I got to see him enter the world, I don't know if he could see me, but I could see him. I looked into his eyes and I saw him enter the world. Yeah, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had.
Aww. I don't know. I really could not have done it without you. For real. Stop. Oh, you're making me cry.
I'm really proud of you. You overcame so much.
I know.
You overcame things that a lot of people would not have been able to overcome.
You think so?
I don't think so. I know so. You're a strong person anyway. I always have known you're a strong person, but this past year has shown me what a strong person you are.
Look at those eyes.
So I have no doubt you're going to be fine with him. Yeah, I'm incredibly proud of her.
Look at those eyes. Hi, handsome. Hello. You pooping
Look
still?
at
You
your-
still pooping.
Ugh.
I don't know.
This kid poops all the time. And farts? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Going back, we did cut the cord together.
Oh
I was talking about the
I'm
cord.
sorry.
That was very cool.
Yeah, and then then we cut the cord together. She really cut it. I just had my hand on her, but like I was like, this is like a moment that I want with my mom. Like, you know.
Yeah, and so you talk about honor, right there.
My mommy cut his cord. We cut it together, but she cut it. My mom cut your cord, handsome man. Are you done shitting so mommy can change you? You hungry now? Yeah. What's on your finger?
And you know, he does like to get the middle finger a lot. So
Oh
I feel
my
like
god,
he's
he always gives him.
He's definitely related to me because I like that too.
What's on your finger? I don't know.
Oh,
Mommy's making a
goodness.
YouTube
I
video.
cried all through the whole thing.
I know. It was crazy. Well, that's the story time. It was really, really long. I think it was like 2 hours long.
This is a long story
Maybe.
time.
I don't know. I can't top that. Yeah, it's 2 hours long.
Wow.
That's okay.
If only you only had 2 hour labor.
But Cashy woke up, so I have to feed him and change him. And then he's going to go right back to sleep. Right, baby boy? He wakes up around this time, and I change him and feed him and stuff. So.
All right. So do you want me to bring you in, or do you want to turn it off?
No, you can just. It's okay. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like,
everyone.
comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram. I'm Ginger with a J. You guys can follow Cash. I'm Cash with a K. And make sure you guys subscribe. And thank you for coming on my journey. And now the journey is raising Cashies. So I hope you guys stay with me and love me and the way I love you guys. And thank you for supporting me and getting me through. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Thank you for supporting me and getting me through it, because I don't know if I could have done it without you guys. So yeah, love you. Bye.
Where am I going?
The X.
Oh, the
Yeah,
X.
hit the X and then hit end.